Welcome back to my workshop. I'm going to be upgrading the lighting in here. I got these bad boys. This thing is probably 10 pounds, and this is an LED light. It runs off of 110, obviously, just because it's LED light. It consumes 150 watts. The lumens on this thing are 19,500. So hopefully I don't get a sunburn under these. They do have another input for a dimmer. Not sure how that works. I may explore that in the future. Right now, most of the electricity in here is old, like 1950s old. I've got a few home runs coming out of that panel for the outlets and the lights, but all the other circuitry that feeds the lights and the outlets in here is 1950s. I'm gonna keep all that in place and install all new 12 gauge wiring for the lighting circuit. I'm going to put in 4 2-gang boxes so I can have 2 duplex receptacles in each box, and I'm going to put them in the ceiling. I'm going to have it switched over there by the door. The reason I'm going with outlets and not hardwiring these is I want the option to plug things in. The first step when you start an electrical project in a roughed in area like this is you do your mark out. You mark everything out, where all your boxes are going, where your home runs are, where your switches are. Since this is such a small project, I'm going to skip that and go right to the next one, which is boxing out. You go through and you install all the boxes. So right now I got to put up 5 boxes. That sucks. The next phase in doing rough electric is to pull your home runs. And in this case, I just got to go from this box here to the panel that's over there. I don't want exposed wiring. Like these here, these are temporary. These are all going to get removed and rerouted. So what I anticipate doing is running it across that double top plate right there. And I'm going to box that out. When I get to the point where I'm going to finish the inside of this, I'll just have that as a little box out chase where my wires go. So I think the home run's going to come up through the wall, go up and over and down. This is dangerous. Got a whole bunch of bandsaw blades ready to come undone. Slice me in half. We'll get this workshop presentable here sooner or later. Just gonna cut this right off. There's my home run. Next, I'm going to start pulling the wire to all these boxes. I had $1 for every electrical box I've stripped out, I'd be retired by now. This is the last box. I skipped the other 3 just because the camera adds quite a bit of time. Moving it around, starting and stopping it. I don't just let it roll and then chop everything out. I turn that camera on and off quite a bit. Now, I don't suggest you learn how to make up an outlet box from me. I'm looking over here. I got my modern residential wiring book right on the shelf. I posted that in previous videos. I will show you what that book looks like and put a link in the description to that box. Put a link in the description to that that book. Most men have that book. If you don't have it, you need it if you're going to own a house. Every grown man over the age of 50 probably has that book, and many other books that teach them how to maintain and fix their house, finish their basement, build their own addition. We start with the grounds, then the neutral, and then the hots. Your wire strippers have these little holes in the end of them. They are for twisting the ends of wires to go under the screws on the receptacle. It's getting hot up here. I'm firing most today. Oh, leaves are coming. Every single leaf are coming. Now, you may have seen some outlets. There's another comment. You may have seen some outlets that are not pigtailed like this, and they're jumpered together. So they would, at the end of a run like this, the hot goes in to a receptacle, and they connect one receptacle directly from another receptacle. I'm not sure if that's electric code. I wasn't taught that way. I was taught this way. And every house that I wired was wired this way and inspected. Alright, that took 8 minutes to wire that whole box up. I used to be a little bit faster. Now it's time to go wire up the switch, and the last thing I'm going to do is connect the home run to a breaker in the panel. Need to get a new setup. Buchanan crimpers. At a later date, I will be putting a receptacle in this box. Probably, I don't know what's going to be over here. I don't think, maybe I'll have the bandsaw still over here. Buy a book, have a friend of a friend that's an electrician teach you. I do not want to be responsible for someone electrocuting themselves. As you can see, the electricity is on. The panel is hot. Okay, power is on to all the receptacles. I'm going to keep the switch off until I get all the lights installed. Going to give you a close-up what it looks like. Fairly neat. If it wasn't live, I probably would have spent a little bit more time organizing those wires and making them look real nice, but overall it's organized and looks good. I've got these cord ends I'm going to put on the end of all these, and they will get plugged in, and I think they come with a lot of mounting options. So I think I'm going to use these brackets here so that I can angle them. Well, they go up to the ceiling. I can twist them and swivel it whatever direction I want. Not the longest cord. These are pretty simple extension cord ends. Screw comes out, just pulls apart. You make your connections, put it back together. So here is your receptacle. Here's your plug. These plugs here don't have an identified conductor. So I got to make sure I do this right. The identified conductor is the thick one. The only reason I got to worry about it is because this is an LED light. Incandescent light bulbs you can just put them in any old way. Thick end is the neutral. So when these go in, this goes in just like this. The one to the right of the ground when the ground is up is going to be the neutral. The hot will be the left of the ground when the ground is up. Now these wires here aren't your standard green, black, and white. Brown's hot, blue's neutral, and green is the ground. Here's what it looks like before I slide the outside cover over it. There you go. Now I got to do this 3 more times, then mount them, plug them in. Alrighty, this is the last one. All the other 3 are mounted, so I just wouldn't make you suffer through 4 repetitions. This is stainless steel hardware. I have to look at the package, but I got a feeling these things might be rated for like wet areas. You might be able to put these things outside. I can imagine having 4 of these hooked up to a motion sensor. Oh, that'd be so funny. Alright, let's get this sucker plugged in, and let's go. Turn off all the other lights and then turn on just these lights. Now these things can be positioned. They've got these pinholes here that you can rotate them and point them. For right now, I just have them hand tightened in there so they don't fall off. And we'll see what they look like pointed straight down. Okay, I have you set up looking across the room. Now keep in mind that the camera has an auto adjusting white balance. So we're gonna go dark. Okay, all the lights are off. The only light you see over there is from the other side. And here goes. 1, 2, 3. Whoa! Holy cow! Now, through the camera, I'm looking at the LCD on the back. It looks about the same, but it is freaking bright in here. Like real bright in here. Wow. Crazy bright in here. I may have to figure out how to get these 4 on a dimmer. Whoa. If I look up, like not even looking up, looking at you, I'm getting like blinded. It's like super bright in here. Insane. So I'll be researching more on the dimmer switch. But this video is how to do rough electric. I took it all the way to the finish as far as trimming it out, putting the outlets in, and then plugging a fixture in. But it is super bright in here. I didn't realize it was going to be this bright. So I may take one out and put it in the other room or something like that, or put it on the front of my workshop. Well, that's it for this video. The YouTube algorithm is going like crazy for my channel, So I got to get inside and put in some hours editing videos so I can get some more out this week and kind of ride that wave until it's over. Please give the video a like and share it with anybody who's thinking of doing some rough electric. There we go. You see that? I'll put a link for this book. I'll put a link for these lights in the description, the first pinned comment. Please leave questions also in the comments. Thanks. Goodbye.